So Faraway Lucas, we're here once again recording from the Shatterdome, aka my bedroom. Are you ready to talk about Star Wars?
Why is your bedroom called the Shatterdome, Karl?
I just thought it'd be funny. I've been saying that in top 10s videos because I'm recording my bedroom. I couldn't come up with a funny name for my bedroom each time. And just the Shatterdome's the one that fucking cracked me up. That's the one from Pacific Rim.
Oh, right, okay.
Have you ever played that game of what song would you want to play when you get your penis out?
No, I've not played that game.
You've not played that game? Mine would be the Pacific Rim theme. What? You know what, folks at home? What song would you like to play when you got your penis out? Let us know in the comments. Let's talk about Star Wars. It would be like the opening crawl to Star Wars, right? Dun, 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 dun,
No, you've got to have what is it called? The Darth Vader theme, whatever it's called.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Or whatever. Just dun 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 dun.
It is the theme of the Helmeted Warrior.
Or you just do the classic Duel of the Fates, like ba 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 ba.
A lot of Star Wars music would work for this question, but that's not the topic of today's video. Rogue One is a film set in the Star Wars universe where every main character dies horribly by the end of it, and the entire plot is undone by a movie released 40 years prior to it. Yay. What do you think of Rogue One, mate?
It's been too long for me to overly say, because I really remember liking Rogue One when it came out, but then retroactively a lot of people shit on it nowadays and go yeah, Rogue One wasn't that great, was it? It was wait, what? I thought we liked that movie.
Rogue One's saved by the existence of Andor. Rogue One is like the prequel trilogy of modern Star Wars, in that people always talk about the prequel trilogy being really, really good. It's no, you just like the Clone Wars TV show. That TV show saved that trilogy. And it's with Rogue One, Andor saves it.
Yeah, I did like Rogue One at the time, but as I say, I've heard a lot of people retroactively go back and just be oh yeah, didn't like Rogue One. It's wait, what? Didn't we?
I liked Rogue One, the version we were gonna get. I didn't like the Rogue One we did get, which is just member berries.
We go back to Yavin 4. Remember the Rebel base?
I clapped when I saw it.
I clapped when I saw Darth Vader.
ATSTs! ATSTs!
Because everyone's, isn't that Darth Vader scene badass? It's not really now. I'd have been happy if Darth Vader didn't turn up, because Darth Vader always turns up. And I'm sick of Darth Vader always turning up.
Ultimately, yes, that scene is pretty badass, but it shouldn't be in the movie because, it doesn't make sense for that movie.
It's also, as well, it's that classic problem. It's the problem with DC of, when's Batman gonna turn up? No, Batman's not in this, but when's Batman gonna turn up? No, Batman's not in this game or this TV. When is Batman turn? Batman's DLC! He's in Season 2 of Titans! It's there it is. You're not confident in the story that you told enough to not put popular character in to leverage fans. Got it.
That was one of the most egregious ones with Titans, right? Of pretty much the first thing I ever saw about it was Robin being fuck Batman, we're on our own, and then it's no, we've got to bring Batman back.
He's the teaser for Season 2. And we're not finished with the intro, so... The film Rogue One is also somewhat infamous for featuring a trailer absolutely filled to the brim with shots that don't appear in the final film. Shots that it turns out were only put in the trailer purely for the aesthetic. So, this is going to be a weird situation, Lucas, because you already said that you don't remember much of Rogue One, and I'm specifically now going to ask you about stuff that appeared in the trailer for Rogue One, which,
right,
as I just mentioned in the intro, all these shots don't appear in the final film, so I may have to guide your hips on this one.
Yeah, I'm aware of that one shot where they're on top of the tower, right, and the TIE fighter comes up.
Are you with me?
That's one of the shots, yes. There's a couple of shots that seemingly hint at something quite cool that's going to happen in the film that just do not appear. They include, like you said, the one of Jyn Erso. I had to Google her name before we did this video. Squaring up to a TIE fighter with a gun. That never appears in the final film. And the one that bookmarked the trailer itself is this one. I'll send it through to you now. And it is Felicity Jones playing Jyn Erso, stood in the middle of the Daft Punk corridor.
What will you become?
Yeah, her turning around and being in the like the Dark Trooper uniform or whatever it's called.
Like I said, she's in the Daft Punk corridor.
Yeah.
Right, and a lot of people, after the film came out, chalked those scenes not being in the film to the fact that the film underwent numerous, very public and very extensive reshoots. That's why, like, Darth Vader gets shoehorned in at the end, because executives were panicking Skywalker, so they brought him in. That there was just going to be, oh, people don't watch it, put Darth Vader in it. It's like you said, it's the DC thing, isn't it? Like, oh no, this thing's going to suck, put the Joker in it, put Batman in it, put Superman in it.
They just can't help themselves,
They can't help themselves. Like I said, they were panicking Skywalker. And they assumed that these shots were cut.
I just assumed it was, normal, usual, like, filming process of, hey, we filmed these shots, we thought they were going to be in the movie, turns out they weren't.
I guess here's a spoiler about movie production. When they released the trailer, the movie's not finished yet.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes films will, like, cut things for time, for pacing issues. Other times they will do it to avoid spoilers. Like Marvel movies are very famous for this. And I believe the trailer for Infinity War is somewhat infamous for this because it shows the Hulk in the final battle in Wakanda. In the final film we got, it's Bruce Banner wearing the Hulkbuster armor.
And, like, some of that might be reshoots and production troubles. Other elements as that is them trying to hide spoilers, but I believe they got in pretty hot shit for something big that they presumably spoiled for the Deadpool vs. Wolverine movie, which we haven't seen the movie or the trailer for.
And Lucas, that was an immaculate segue to talk about Wiki Weekends, our second channel, and the reason Fact Fiend came back, to promote that second channel. So tell people about Wiki Weekends, Lucas. Well, I ain't got a drink.
Oh no.
You know, I'll go get myself a drink, you tell people about it, right? What have I got? Have I got? I haven't got a mask. Oh, Bonely! No one's seen Bonely in a while. I'll grab Bonely, you tell people about Wiki Weekends.
Karl and I just talking about things that we mostly just like geeking over as Bonely slowly slides into frame.
I don't think he's going to sit there, is he? Wait a sec, one sec. There we go. Right, back in a sec.
But yes, while Bonely is just there, generally just relatively, most of the time it's just like pretty geeky subjects, pop culture stuff. Karl and I just having a discussion. We both share hosting duties now, which is kind of the biggest change from when it was over on Fat Fiend. But if you've ever watched a Wiki Weekends video on Fat Fiend, you pretty much know what you're getting yourself in for. It's just more of that lovely, jubbly juiciness.
Yeah. And for anyone curious, like maybe people noticed there, like, yeah, Bonely's got an arm missing. He's got an arm off. Because while I was like moving to my new place, I put him in a box and shut the lid, and as did a crack, I went, you hear it? It's like, I can either open up the box and ruin my day, or I can close it and ruin my day in the next week. And I just shut the box and opened it up and had an arm off. I was like, oh.
Oh, Bonely's just losing limb by limb.
He is. Every time we lose, every time the Fact Fiend channel just regenerates, I take a piece of his bone. Yes, go check out the links to the Wiki Weekends channel you can find below. But getting back to Rogue One, as we mentioned, there's plenty of times where Hollywood productions have just put straight up lies in their trailer, and the reasoning for that can vary. But Rogue One is one of the few examples I'm aware of where not only did they put lie shots in their trailer, they admitted to doing so. Because most of the time it's like the most you'll get is like a executive or someone working on the movie saying, oh, well, maybe it got cut for time. Mm-hmm. Normally they'll be very coy about it because they don't want to acknowledge the fact they misled the audience, even if, in cases like Marvel, misleading the audience was probably for the best to avoid spoilers for this hugely anticipated project.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, yeah. I appreciate the fact that they would do it for the sake of avoiding spoilers, not so much to just straight up, be able to lie in your marketing.
Yes, so shortly after the release of Rogue One, the director Gareth Edwards was asked, hey, we watched the movie, and there was all those cool shots of Jyn Erso just being a badass. Why are they not in the film? Like, the one of her squaring up to a TIE fighter, like she's going to shoot it down, or the one of her in that cool Daft Punk hallway. What gives? And Gareth Edwards got really animated and started talking about, something I started doing during production that the actors didn't know about is just at the end of the shooting day, I'd just surreptitiously film them and get candid shots of them in costume. And it became like a little ritual to just film them in costume, dicking around. And so, okay, right. So how did that end up with shots being in the trailer that never ended up in the film? Well, there was one time where Felicity Jones was just in costume, and someone called her name. And that just so happened to happen at the exact moment where the lights for that bit of the set got turned on. And I thought he looked really, really cool. So I made her do it about 10 more times.
What will you become?
Right.
It's like, okay, but was that part of a shot? No, we just thought he looked cool. And then,
But then, like, okay, that's fair enough to maybe put it as like a poster piece or something like that, but why put it in as like a trailer shot as if it's part of the movie?
not just in the trailer, Luke, it was the trailer shot. It was the bookends to the entire trailer.
Right.
It was like the final shot of like, oh my god, that looks so badass. And not only was it never intended to be in the film, it wasn't even Felicity Jones in character. She's looking around because someone called her name on set because she thought she had to go like, oh, someone's nicking your like lunch out the fridge or something. So it's just her standing up. She's not even in character. And apparently the trailer studio, because fun fact, most studios don't cut their own trailers. They get other studios to do that who specialise in cutting trailers. And Lucas, do you know the bonus fact about, we mentioned DC? Do you know how this relates to a DC property?
Well, I believe that you're going to talk about Suicide Squad. Not the James Gunn one, but the first one, the David Ayer one, which was going to have, like, the, edit by, presumably, like, David Ayer or approved by David Ayer, but they basically made a Guardians of the Galaxy style trailer, and they liked that trailer so much that trailer studio ended up making the edit, right?
Trailer studios are generally quite good at their job, but their whole job is cutting 3-minute sizzle reels of a final product that doesn't exist yet. Their skills aren't in editing an entire hour and a half to 2 hour long movie, as Suicide Squad proves.
You're late.
This is Katana. She's got my back. She can cut all you in half with one sword stroke, just like mowing the lawn.
And I'm glad that you knew that. Did you know that on your own, or is that just something we mentioned in a fact feed that I've forgotten?
Oh, fuck knows at this point.
Is that just residual knowledge?
So many things from, like, these discussions, and I don't know where my knowledge base comes from at this point.
Is it like Bonely, where there's pieces of my knowledge are just falling off and just like landing in the wider ether? But Lucas, that wasn't the only live shot that ended up in the trailer, because just Gareth Edwards was just filming people without their knowledge, which is a hell of a lot less creepy, I guess, when you're on the set of a film where cameras are always rolling anyway.
Right, yeah.
And the other one is, again, I had to look this character's name up, Orson Krennic, and it is him power stancing, asserting dominance over the entire universe. And I'll send you the shot, and you've got to admit, Lucas, is a pretty badass shot. It's a pretty good, like, establishing power shot of a character. It invites your curiosity, it makes you think, like, what's this guy's deal, right?
Yeah, that is a cool shot.
Yeah. It's not meant to be in the film. It's not showing anything that was meant to be in the film or anything that was in the original script. That's just actor Ben Mendelson waiting to be told what to do because he just finished filming a scene.
That is Ben Mendelson, yeah.
It is, yeah.
I was like, the picture that you sent across was like quite a small copy, and I was like, I kind of recognise that actor. Yeah.
It's Ben Mendelson. But like, yeah, he just finished shooting and he's just stood there waiting for the scene to end, waiting for the director to call cut. And like, no, you look really cool. We should put that in the trailer. And it's like, what? No, the trailer company's like, wow, that looks like an awesome shot. This must be important. Let's put it in the trailer. And Gareth was like, no, I was just filming. You see, he looks like he was pretty rad. He looks like, just this guy in this Colgate white dictator suit, power stancing on us all. Thought he looked rad. It's like, yeah, it does. But it's not part of the film, so why did you put it in? Just put it on Instagram, right? Or make it a promo
right,
shot
yeah.
for like Entertainment Weekly or something like that.
That's what I mean. Like, as I say, if it was just like a shot that they were like, that looks cool, let's put it on marketing material, that's one thing. Like, just use it as a poster. Like, I don't expect every single poster shot to be in a film.
Oh,
right?
do you know what? There's like character posters you get, right? Normally when you've got a film with an ensemble cast, they'll do like 8 different posters or whatever with like one for each character on there.
Yeah.
Like, put it for something like that. No, don't put it in the trailer so you think it's going to be something that's actually in the film. And then other stuff was just shit they just cut out for time or replaced with the Darth Vader lightsaber sequence. Like the TIE fighter shot was going to be at the climax of the film, apparently, and it's like, well, instead to put Darth Vader in, it's like, okay, you did get the Star Wars guys, and we all know when I say that who I'm talking about. You got them to jizz their pants, and they will never shut the fuck up about that scene. So good choice there, Disney. Because every time like you say anything bad about Rogue One, but that Darth Vader scene though so badass, right? It's like it's badass, but it feels completely incongruent with the story that was being told up until that exact moment.
I think it's the first real example that we've ever gotten of Darth Vader in live action being as powerful as we've been told he was, right?
He is, yeah, because like, that's a criticism I do have about the character of Darth Vader, that all the stuff that he does, if you go by the core canon of the movies, we're not going by like the games or anything here, they're not canon. Whenever he said this was like, oh, in the books or in like one of those like Masters of Terrakassi games or something like that.
Enough. If you win, power does.
Darth Vader does this. In the core canon of the movies, the most Darth Vader ever does is strangle someone, which he could probably do with his bare hands because he's a fucking robot. Right? So it is cool to see him, like, literally cut his way through an entire room full of people. It just doesn't feel like he belongs in that movie.
No, it is just kind of out of nowhere, right? Like, I understand that. Oh, well, it's in the, like, so that he's trying to get the, like, Death Star plans, right? So it does make sense. It's like, not really. He wasn't participating in the entire movie. He was just put in there, and it feels out of place a bit. It's cool, but it feels a bit out of place.
Yes, it was. It was literally put in at the last minute because they said we need an action scene at the end. So we've got an action scene with the characters we've spent an entire movie getting to know, but put an action scene in. We've got an action scene. We have Jyn Erso shooting down TIE fighters with like a blaster, and like like after a while, like the director went, "You just want me to put Darth Vader in?" It's like, put Darth Vader in, yeah. A little bit. They slide over a little action figure of Darth Vader. It's like, oh, I guess we're going to cut 5 minutes of story for this one.
Oh, dear.
Great. And that's how that film ended up just being like, a bit of a mess. Let's put it like, diplomatically. It's not the worst Star Wars product. Like, the prequel trilogy still has like that crown. Cause have you seen this, Lucas? There's like, I saw an amazing breakdown of like the Acolyte. Did that show that like Star Wars fans, Star Wars guys?
Yeah, I haven't watched it or anything, but I'm aware of it.
Yeah, like the reputation it has with Star Wars men.
Presumably they don't like it because it's got a lot of women in, right?
They don't like it, but I'm like starting a watch right now, and a review that I'd read, like, no spoiler review before I start my my watch through is, yeah, this is a show for all those weirdos online who are obsessed with the prequels and insist that they're good, but don't realise that they only enjoy them because of their mimetic quality. And when they actually watch a show that's full of all of like the political intrigue and stuff of the prequel trilogy, but they don't have the memes or they don't know the jokes that are about to happen, they fucking hate it. And it's like, God, that is so on point. It's like, yeah, it feels like just the same kind of like the stuff that made the prequel trilogy just such a slog to get through. And you think those kind of guys would like it. It's like, no, because they don't like the prequel trilogy. They like talking about the prequel trilogy.
They like the memes, yeah.
It's like people who say, oh, I love Lord of the Rings. And it's like, no, you love talking about Lord of the Rings. No one who says that wants to sit down and watch the 13-hour cut. Some people do, but the people posting the memes.
To be fair, I do enjoy watching, like, the extended trilogy of Lord of the Rings. Like, I don't really like the discussion around them or anything. I think they're well-made movies. And I do clarify, I only think you should watch the extended trilogy upon, like, second plus watching. I don't think it makes for a first watch.
It is an awful first-time watch, yes, because a lot of the stuff they added in the extended edition is stuff that was superfluous and not important to the actual story being told. It's only there for super fans. And I should clarify, Lucas, I don't mean, like, people who like Lord of the Rings, and people who like Lord of the Rings. You're the guys who are on Reddit who post the guys who, when like Aragorn's about to kick that helmet, go, "Oh, did you know? Those guys. They don't want to watch the film. They want to watch that part with someone they can tell that fact to.
Yes, of course, yeah.
And now, a brief and incomplete compilation of all of the moments in the series that kind of guy will ruin for you.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. I 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 need it!
And if you actually sat them down and watched the 13-hour Lord of the Rings show and you told them, shh, every time they try to talk, they'd hate it. Same with like those prequel trilogy guys. If you sat them down and watched the prequel trilogy, you told them, shut up and watch the film. No, I want to do all the quotes. No, watch the film. But I don't want to watch the film. Why not? Is it because it sucks? Yeah. It kind of sucks. Yeah, exactly. You only enjoy it because you enjoy talking about it. You don't enjoy watching it. I got you. And do you know what? If people enjoy watching this, and they enjoy watching me, and listening to Lucas, and perhaps you want to see Lucas, maybe you've never seen Lucas, you can do that by clicking on Wiki Weekends. Because you present half the content on Wiki Weekends, don't you, Lucas? It is a joint project between myself and you.
It is indeed, yeah.
Right down the middle. You're really nice that you let me get in on that. Do you remember when you were going to set it up as a channel? I was like, can I get involved? And you're like, yeah.
I mean, I wanted to do it on my own. He wouldn't let me, guys.
Don't say that.
People
will believe it. I was like, I've got my finger in this pie called Fact Fiend, but I see that pie Lucas has got, and I'll put my fingers in that one too.
Get that wiki pie.
Oh, it'll be awful. It'd be so dry. Wiki pie would be so dry. I wouldn't like it. You know what? Maybe one day we'll do a wiki on pies, or any subjects, in fact, because if you think there's a wiki out there that you think me and Lucas reacting to would be kind of fun, you can make suggestions in the Discord we run related to Wiki Weekends, and you can go find that also linked below. But otherwise, just thank you for watching. I hope everyone enjoyed this. Fact Fiend's back, and I'm having a lot of fun just talking about... Here's the thing, I've not written any new articles for Fact Fiend yet. I've still got 200 plus articles we never did.
You still haven't written any yet? Wow.
Because I've got 200 left in the archives, Lucas. We might as well talk about them first, right?
Yeah, I mean, that just goes to show, how on top of it you were the entire time.
Why do you think I got so burned out? That's what I mean. Yeah. So at the very least, we've got at least another year's worth. You can't get rid of me yet. Cheers, everybody. See you all next time, or on Wiki Weekends.
Hell yeah.